Hey, the Daily Purge. Yes, indeed, it's Monday. Here we go, live from Berlin. Hope you're doing fantastic. You know what? Guess what? You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Why are you looking for a sign? So often and almost every single day, I meet somebody, if not every single day, for sure, 100%. People are like, "Yeah, I just, I'm looking for this, or I'm looking for that, or I'm just holding in a holding pattern, hoping that this and this happens, or as soon as this happens, that'll happen, and then I can do this, and then I can do that." Well, instead of looking around constantly for the next sign of where you need to go and where you need to be. Hello, Olga. How are you? Hope you're doing good. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Let me share this around a bit. It's for some reason it's taking very, very long to download, so it might be a little slow. I know the internet's not the greatest here. I'm not a big fan of wireless, but here we are. So where are you right now? Have you taken note of where you are? Have you actually looked at what you've accomplished and what it is you're doing in life? Or are you just going through the motions? Or are you just like sort of waiting for something bigger to happen, waiting for something to show up at your front door and say, "Hey, guess what? Come up, join us, the big team. Come up and join the big team. Come up and make a lot of money and come up and be famous," or whatever it is that you want to be. You think that's going to happen? Nah, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You know why it's not going to happen? Because you're waiting. Because you're waiting. You're waiting for something to happen. Lane and I, we talk all the time in our book and in our messages and in our Humble Alpha Paradigm Upgrade program. We talk about, "Hey, Lawrence, how you doing?" All right. We talk about taking imperfect action, creating as you go. And what that means is, if you have an idea, a thought, an intuitional thought, or intuitional feeling, whatever it is you want to call it, just move on it. Like immediately, move on it. And at the very least, call somebody. At the very least, call somebody. "Hey, I got this idea. What do you think?" "I don't know, man. I can't help you there." Call somebody else. "What do you think?" "I don't know. Talk to so-and-so." You talk to so-and-so and go on and on and on. I was talking to someone the other day, and they said, "Yeah, I want to start this business. What's my first step?" And I said, "Start. Quickest way to get somewhere is to start." And they said, "Well, I need to write a business plan, and I have this downloaded. It's an 85-page business plan." And I said, "Look, you know what? No one's going to read that business plan. You need to know this. You need to know that you need to move forward right now. Moving onward. Thoughts become things." That's right, Donnell. How you doing, brother? Sergeant Major in the house. Taking that action right now and just starting and beginning, gaining traction, raising and increasing your frequency to those that you want to attract increasing your frequency to the level of the people that you want to attract, and surrounding yourself with the people that are above your pay grade, so to say, that are above your frequency. "Hey, Pat, how are you, man? I got your message. I'll be on answering after this one. I've been out running around all day or on calls." So where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be. It's exactly what the moment called for. And what the moment called for, you must accept if you want to have ongoing, stress-free, relatively stress-free, right, movement in life. Because when you're battling what's happening in life and you're seeing, like, this is what happens. You have your everyday. You get up, you meditate or you don't. You go to the gym or you don't. Then you go to work or you don't. Then you eat lunch. And then, right? So that's like the routine was what people called it. And you don't even notice any of that stuff because that's what you're doing every day, right? So you do this every day and you're looking out for other things. You're looking for this, you're looking for that, this sign, that sign, a new deal, a commission, something, right? But you're forgetting that you're actually doing something. But the thing is this, if it's not what you want to be doing, well, then you need to change that. And you're like, "Well, I need to get another job first." And the best things happened to me when I was like, "I'm done. I quit." When I remember when I quit, I don't even know how many times, like 3 or 4 times in my life, just because I was like, "I'm done. I'm done. This isn't fun for me." And, friends are like, "What are you going to do?" I'm like, "It doesn't matter. It'll present itself." And I just quit and boom, there was something. I mean, literally on the same day sometimes. I remember back in 2014 or 15 or something, I was finished a project in Poland, or maybe it was Germany. I don't remember. It was either Poland or Germany, and or in Austria, sorry. And I was like, "Oh, I'm done." And I was looking at Facebook. It must have been Austria. And I'm looking at Facebook. I was in the office still, my last day, and I was looking at Facebook, and I saw this by one of my buddies from Berlin post looking for an American salesperson. And I was like, "What the heck's he want?" So I wrote him, like, "Dude, what do you got?" And he was like, "Oh my God, you're perfect. Can you come to Berlin?" All right. So the next week I went to Berlin, and yeah, five-figure what do you call it, retainer every month. So it was like, oh, that was easy. Anyway, question. I do love this intuitional thought concept. So many of us don't know how to discern between intuition thought and other thoughts. How can you help people distinguish? Great question. Well, first of all, you have emotions too, right? So a lot of people confuse emotions with intuition. Intuition, you have it here. You know how when you're looking at something, you go, wow, like that pulling in, that first impulse that you feel in your solar plexus, in your chest area. So what I say is, it's not a thought, right? The thought is how you interpret the feeling, right, of the intuition, not the gut feel, not the emotion, but the feeling. So what I do is, when I think immediately, when I have an intuitional feeling and it turns into a thought, I push that thought back down and say, what was my first feeling? Was it positive or was it negative? Right? Was it positive or was it negative? Because intuition is a feeling. It's not a thought. It literally is. You'll feel a jolt through your body. You'll feel a shortness of breath real quick. It's so very, very, very subtle. But when you feel that, know that's your intuition talking to you, right? It's not a thought. Exactly. Olga said it right. Intuition is not a thought. Maybe some psychologists may disagree with me, but I've been leading with my intuition for years and years and years. Not always perfectly, and not always, even though I know it's my intuition, I'm like, no, I want to do it this way. And it never works. So why even bother, right? So look, your everyday life, when you're doing what you're doing, going through your routine, not paying attention to your routine because that's what you've always done, you're missing out on opportunities, doors, pathways, super highways, data fields, whatever it is you want to call it. You're missing out because you're looking for a sign somewhere else instead of being in your zone of genius, doing what you do best, whatever that is, and being aware and conscious of what's going on around you, and co-creating the world around you with those around you. Co-creating the world around you with those around you. What kind of world do you want to live in? We'll start creating that shit. No one's going to do it for you. No one's going to do it for you. Are you happy with how the world is right now? I doubt it very much. I doubt it very much. I don't think anyone's happy with the world right now. No one. What does that tell you? That's telling you that the collective consciousness is in an uproar. No one's sure what this, that, and the other. And of course, the identity politics are out of control. Everyone's being broken down. First, it was like, a couple races. Then it was races and religion. Then it was races, religion, and gender. Then it was races, religion, and gender, and then education. That was races. It just keeps getting more and more and more. And the more identities we come up with as a folk, as a human beings, the more division we're going to have. Are you happy with that? I'm not happy with that. I'm not. So how do we change that? You can't change it by going out and demonstrating. You won't change it by demonstrating. You're going to get attention, maybe you'll burn down a building or whatever you're going to do, but that's not going to change it. That's going to cause more uproar. You have to change in your direct line of impact in your life, directly, right here, right now, starting today in this very second. That's the only way that you're actually going to affect change, because when you do that, you are setting the example for your vibration, for your frequency around you, which will radiate what we call radiant value. Some people call it ripple effect, right? And that's how you create real change. You want to stop global warming, if that's even a real thing. I don't even know. I never looked into it. If you want to stop global warming, well, start in your house. Are you recycling, turning the water off? Are you, saving plastic and whatever, right? Are you? If you're not, then you're not helping, period. Same thing goes at work. If you want change at work, are you going to wait for someone else to do it? Or are you going to do it? You want more money? Are you going to wait for someone to pay you? Or are you going to go out and grab it and get it yourself? You'd be surprised what the human is capable of. You'd be surprised what you're capable of when you know how, right? And when you know how do you visualize? How do you create certainty in your life? How do you create certainty so you can let go of how you're going to do something and you just know that it's going to happen? How do you do that? Well, look at the banner going by at the bottom of my face here, right down there, right? The humblealphabook.com. Grab yourself a free excerpt if you haven't read it yet. You get a free the first section of our college certificate program. You get that for free. You get a free excerpt of the book. You can write us. You can contact us. You can buy the book on Amazon. You can buy it on Audible. There's no reason why you can't be right now absolutely creating your own reality. There's no reason, because that book, our book, Unleash Your Humble Alpha, takes you step by step by step through every single process that you can implement in order to unleash your own personal version of the Humble Alpha operating system and the applications that you use on the outside to make your life a wonderful, wonderful place. Right? Look, again, I want to make a disclaimer here. I am not perfect. I don't have a perfect life. I have my issues as well, personally, relationship issues, friendship issues, and these things. Everything's not kosher. But how do I deal with these situations? That makes the difference. That makes the big difference. How do you deal with the situations that you're presented with? It's obviously always what the moment called for. So it's a lesson, it's a path, it's a door, it's whatever it is. It's a spotlight, right? Available worldwide. Dan, there you are, brother. Right? Right? It's what the moment called for. So you're exactly where you're supposed to be. There's no need to look around for a sign or a signal. You either make your own sign and signal, make your own path, carve it out through certainty, right? Or you just keep doing the routine. Up to you, right? Hey, take that step today. Imperfect action. Create as you go, building upon your certainty that you will gain by doing so. You can't have one without the other, friend. I hope you're doing fantastic. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And remember, it's all about quality of life.